Um, Hello, beautiful family. Live on YouTube now. This is the first time I'm doing a live on YouTube. Usually I do my lives on Facebook and then upload them on YouTube. So let's see how this works. This failed to come on at 2:22 on this special day, the 22nd of December. This day of the solstice, which was last night, our time at 1:03 a.m. Yeah, we are in the new moon energy still. We are in direct alignment with the galactic center. And it's a very potent time. So let's arrive first in here and begin with drinking some water. As you know, that's always how I begin. Hydrating the field, hydrating us. Yeah, and sit with your seat bones firmly on the wherever you're sitting or standing. Sit down or stand. I am sitting right now. It feels better for this transmission, and I have my feet firmly placed on the ground. And yeah, I'm just rotating in, landing in this space, feeling the spiraling energy up our spine, moving the body around the spine, feeling our torus field, which is around our physical body. Yeah. And let's focus on our spine and our tailbone, our sacrum and our tailbone. And imagine the tail coming out like the dragon tail and going into the earth, breaking through the soil, going down to the core of the earth, anchoring in. Also our feet on the ground, as if roots are growing out of the feet down into the core of earth, like a tree. It's deeply rooting in because we are here with earth. This solstice is very earthbound as we are deeper embodying our spirit, our soul. So feeling deeply, deeply going down and breathing up from the core of earth, from the core of matter, up through the feet, through the legs, also through our tail, and then up through the pelvic bowl and lifting up. This is coming up through the front as well as the back. It's all one. Energy moving up through our whole being and lifting. This is how we are resourced out of the dark, out of the holy dark mother earth. And yeah, our energy lifting with our breaths coming through the heart, and the heart energy raising up, moving through the throat and the back through the spine, third eye, crown. Then feel your crown chakra and the soul chakra above the crown, going higher up to the spirit self and to the higher self and to our monad and to source. And feel that as white light. And we are reaching up and expanding, and then the white light coming down and merging with the dark energy, all alchemizing through our body. Feeling, putting the hands on the right and the left hemisphere of the brain. the head brain, and also on the shoulders. Just feel your yin and your yang, your left and your right, your masculine and your feminine. Grounding in, and feel in the middle of the head brain the corpus callosum, which is responsible for the communication between left and right. And we are the embodiment, as that is harmonized in us. We are radiating this out to everybody, into the grid and to earth, and this is our stable energy. But nothing is fixed because we are alive beings. So drinking living water, a structured water, return to origin water, super hydrating. Take off some of your water and put it into your belly button, into your navel. And put a bit behind your right ear and your left ear. And put a bit onto your throat and your thyroid. And the chest. And have another drink of water and hold it in your mouth. And I'm just rebalancing for all of us the hydration of our body. Feel the water flowing all over the cells and into the cells. Connective tissue hydrating. This is a general hydration balance. And we always tap on the head brain, on the heart brain, and on the gut brain. Breathe that deeply in, have another drink. And feel now the three brains, the head brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain. We're doing a little balance to have them operating together, which is really important for our soul's journey. So as you sit, close your eyes and just feel the three brains. Just sitting and feeling the head, the heart, and the gut brain, and each in their own place. Having them individuate right now before we are linking them together again. We're just optimizing their working together. Again, putting your hands on both hemispheres. And the head brain analyzes. The head brain also has a lot of body parts in it, a lot of parts in it that rule the body parts, different body parts. And the amygdala, for example, if that is still in trauma, that regulates the fight and the flight and the freeze and all these different parts in the head. This brain in the head with all these different parts And its function also to know facts and to analyze and, yeah, to memorize facts and figures and so on, and facts, yeah, and to run body parts automatically. So let's do 3 arms, AUM, and feeling the head brain returning back to its origin. Its origin function. It doesn't make decisions. The gut brain makes the decisions with the head and the heart together. And many people are just living in the head with a little bit maybe in the heart, and the gut brain is often not taken in at all. So we are returning that all back together. But let's be in the head brain first, with the head brain. And let's do 3 arms. And I always tap on head and heart and belly. So breathing in. Ah, om. Mm. Ah. Ah. Om. Release the hands and let that sink in, integrate, download. Have a drink of water. Ah. Spaciousness is so important. There's no rushing, no hustling. This is also all not planned. This is just whatever comes through. And we go to the heart brain, our beautiful heart, which radiates out so far, through which we feel. There's also deep memory in the heart. Now just feel what comes up as you're feeling into your heart, into our heart drive. Mm. And then let's do 3 arms on the heart brain. Ah. 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 Om. And breathe also with every out breath, feeling the heart expanding out. Anchoring this with our breath, and have a drink of water. Isn't that the beautiful sound? The sound of water. And then let's drop our hands onto our belly button, our navel, and feeling into our big, mighty gut brain, our enteric brain, which is so large Our small intestine is so big when it's unraveled, can be the size of a soccer field. So having the hand on our navel, tuning into our microbiome in the gut. And the gut brain also produces dopamine and serotonin. It's so important. So important, the gut brain is. And out of the gut, out of your gut feeling, out of the gut, we make our decision. There's discernment sits in the gut. That's why we can feel nauseous when something feels wrong. That's why we contract when something doesn't feel right. That's our gut brain, our intuition, our discernment speaking to us very clearly. And it also decides what to absorb in the body and what to let go. So discernment. And let's do 3 Aums now in the belly brain. Breathing in. Aum. 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 And do 3 Ong. O-N-G. And sink deeper down, turning that on. Ong. 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 Just let that integrate. Have a drink of water. Feeling each now in their place. And like managers in a company, our body is a community, and the 3 brains are like the managers in our body. Let's see if they're ready to pair up, to link so that they work together, which optimizes the function of our whole body. Also helping our soul to embody and doing our soul's work. So feel them opening to each other, the 3 brains. Feel energetically. And when they are ready to unite their energy, we are doing 3 R on the head, Dam on the heart, and Iwa on the belly, on the gut brain. And feel the brains connecting and that anchoring in. Yeah. So breathing in. Dam. Iwa. Dam. Iwa. Dam. Iwa. Reset deeply in and drink it in. As they function together now, let's imagine you are feeling into what to have for lunch or what to eat, you're hungry. But then you are feeling into, you might immediately go to a habitual thing, or with these turned on, you might feel like, oh, you're deep out of your inside. It comes out, for example, oh, I am really hungry for salad. And then the heart says, oh, I would like ice cream. And the head goes, oh, salad is better, ice cream is worse, la la la, all the stories you have about that. So then pause, tune into the three brains, and hey, let's decide together. Let's decide together and take a pause, having some water, because we are anchoring this balancing in with water. Your body remembers now too when you drink water. And breathe deeply. You can also tap your head and your heart and your belly brain, and then you tune in. You know, what does your head say about those two choices? What does the heart say? And then checking in with the belly, and then all three together making the decision. Yeah, all three together. And then you feel it in the gut, and you feel it also if your body, these three work together. And whatever is a full yes, you feel expansive and relaxed. If it's a no, slight no, you feel a contraction. It doesn't feel fully right. Now really turning on how the body communicates. And the three brains working together is very important also for the soul to work with our body. Our soul is using this vessel, yeah, our body as a temple. The body is the garden of our soul. The body is the house of our soul, of our spirit, of our energy. Yeah. So let's let this settle in. And take a deep breath again, sitting in the alignment, dark core of matter, body, and the three brains, and then soul, spirit, a higher self, monad. Yeah. So and feel your direct link with source. Only your energy in it. Anyone else's energy, ask it to leave. So we are in our sovereignty, in our own energy, in our own energy. That can be challenging if you've been in a relationship, married or so, in a long-term relationship, and you've become like so enmeshed and entangled. Or also, yeah, when we are parents and our children can be in our energy. So it's very important for the soul to embody, for our monadic energy to come fully online, that we are in our own energy, our sacred inner union. Yeah. And feel this often. Tune into this. Tune into this. And here today, it's very hot. It's also a very it's interesting. This solstice falls around a very festive season where everybody is rushing around and shopping like the shops will close forever, or getting ready for big family and community celebrations, while it's also a really still time. There are very special nights starting on the 24th of December, especially in the northern hemisphere where it's so dark. They're called the Rauhnächte, the rough nights, where the veil is so thin between dimensions and, yeah, between realms. And, yeah, I am nearing also my date of conception, which was New Year's Eve, the 31st of December. And, yeah, this time where also the world is celebrating Christmas and the Christ is consciousness, the Christ consciousness, yeah, the unity, the oneness. And yeah, this is really up here, where we also just had, not far away from here, a shooting onto innocent people, families, children, couples, happy beachgoers who were celebrating, just shot, and everybody shocked. So you can imagine being there and body parts flying around and so on in an area where you would have never expected that. This is how shock happens. And yeah, and when that happens here in many places on Earth, it sends ripples through the whole world, through communities, if it's a special nationality or a special religious group. It sends ripples through. And we are all one global family, because besides of what people think, that they are separate or different because of a different nationality or a different religion. We are not different. We are all souls in a body. We are one global family. We are only as different as the conditioning makes it, or what we have been born into, which is conditioning, into this country, into these habits, into these religions that most people haven't chosen. They've been born into them, and then they've been conditioned by the parents to follow. Not everybody. Some have chosen to go into a religion. And at the core, we are all one. We are one global family. Yeah. We've also come so far in our development that when something happens to one person, we can still live. It affects us, but it doesn't fully knock us out. But some of us feel it more than others. Those of us who transmute for the whole, who are highly empathic, we feel it so much. Yeah. So I have been thawing, defrosting fear and guilt, because fear and guilt, they are emotions of containment. They control. Let's say our natural state is open, expanded, joyful. There are no thoughts. We just are the expression of source and of the core of matter. We are our monadic expression without, imagine all the conditioning is gone. In this moment right now, nothing there. So we need to unravel it deeply out of all our cells and all the belief systems and so on, and fear and anger. So imagine you've just been to a ceremony, or you've had a session, or you've been to a retreat. Maybe you've even done many months of deep work or years. And then suddenly something happens and it makes you angry. What does the anger do in the body? What do you do with your anger? And then also, what if you suddenly say something, or you get confronted with something and you say something, and then it's the old friend coming back of guilt, and you are feeling guilty, which is also part of a religion. Or most religions teach that you were born guilty, you were born a sinner, and you need to do this and this and this to become guilt-free, but the guilt never stops. So then you have to go to confession and you keep forever feeling guilty. You feel guilty about who you are, and you feel guilty about what you feel. You feel guilty about your true, authentic self. So guilt and fear, we cannot do full decoding of our two-stranded DNA, of our two-strand DNA to let the 12 on, if we have guilt and fear running. Guilt and fear are programs that keep us locked, that keep us away from our power. They turn, so let's again imagine, like feel your fullest expression, which is joy, which is fullest expansion, your full authentic self that is like the ocean that speaks and flows and never feels guilty or angry. It just expresses. No one's saying to it, you are too much. You know, this is just, wow, the ocean. You all know the ocean. So that's our natural state. And then come back into this contracted human, or the conditioned human, where guilt and fear have been conditioned in. And I just experienced that. I've been decoding and decoding and clearing and clearing. And that doesn't go linearly. It goes in, sometimes you have to go back and then you go further, because sometimes some parts haven't yet been another layer of it. So there are different segments of it. And then sometimes you have to go back to the early segments to clear some more guilt or anger out, because they are deep-seated programs. Yeah, this is really important today. And I'm speaking because I just went there again. And I have been really today observing fully what it does. So I was speaking, the other person shut me up, and then there was control. There was subtle control, power dynamic that we are all clearing from, that are everywhere. And then also the you are too much. Yeah. So I went into freeze. My nervous system froze. And then freeze goes into appease. And afterwards, I kept looping and repeating and wanting completion. You can't find completion in looping. And I could feel my power frozen turned into anger internalized. So then today I've been focusing on melting these freeze layers, which are also in the soul, and thawing that out. So anger and guilt are really inhibiting our full power to come on. And let's plug that circulation plug into the body to just bring awareness for you also into where guilt and shame and anger comes up, and how it affects you and how it shows, and what coping mechanisms you might have been using to distract, to stuff it further in. It can be eating or drinking or working or anything. Yeah, so just helping the three brains to bring that out, and yeah. Just plugging that in. That's all you need to know, and just focus on your awareness. Tap it into the head brain, the heart brain, and the belly brain, and focus on your awareness when we get off this, where anger still shows up for you and how, and also guilt, and watch what it does. So anger and guilt and shame, breathing our full power coming online. And yeah, it's very important to learn how to work with these and repattern them so that our soul and our monad can come fully online, and our 12 strand DNA. Yeah. So feel again into the ocean and being the ocean, being unapologetically who we are, reaching up and stretching out, rising into our full embodiment and our full expression. We are rising up and into our full self while also anchoring down in our direct link with Source. Yeah. So on this solstice day, also in this new moon energy, this is like the new year. This is a new beginning. We also have 3 AI Atlas moving away now from us, and we are feeling the effects. There's so much influencing us all together and has. So it's integration time now. And to integrate, we have to be also silent and stop. We have to stop to let all integrate. So take a bit of stopping into this, to these next days, and most people have some days off their usual schedule, off work. Many are being also blessed or confronted to be together with family. So it's a mix of everything, and to stay in your alignment and the love that you are, that we are. And yeah, use this time to feel and to be, to drop out of doing, and yeah, to let your full authentic self shine. And when you are with people that maybe you are every Christmas with, watch how different you are. Maybe you are a bit more authentic. Maybe suddenly it has dropped that you don't need to fix anybody, and you can actually just be there and just be love and radiate love. Just love everybody and everything. And be the catalyst for change. Be exactly what you are seeking. Yeah. Mindful, heartful, gutful. So we here had the longest day, the shortest night, and it seems like the hottest today, which is assisting the melting and the thawing. And while all of you in the Northern Hemisphere have the longest dark night and the shortest day, and yeah, we are holding this together, one global family. Now, as we are shifting into the closing of this life. Let's feel ourselves all around the world. Those of you who are on here live, let's feel our hands holding the earth together and feeling, seeing every human holding hands and all the hearts being united. That's our leadership, what we stand for, what we have embodied, what we live. That's what we are leading with. Not so much our words, because everybody can do good talking on stages and you can memorize it and pretend, you can pretend the hell out of yourself and fool everybody, but the embodiment speaks. We are entering an era where our embodiment speaks and the leaders are everywhere. The leaders can be the homeless people. The leaders can be our grandparents. The leaders can be our children. The leaders can be the mothers, that have been working silently behind the scenes at home while raising their children. The leaders are the ones that are embodied love and unity. And let's enter this new era. And next year, we are shifting in the human design. We are shifting out of the era, the cross of the planning, into the cross of the sleeping phoenix, the rising phoenix. We are shifting so profoundly. No more planning. No more of the old, but being in the now, our authentic self. So let's visualize all of us hugging the earth together and our hearts vibrating with Earth's heart. And we are just one little thing in the whole galactic universe. So as we are activating our galactic self, we are having an effect, all of us, in also beyond this planet, into the whole galaxy, into the cosmos. And yet we are so tiny that we are also really insignificant. But we are not, because even when a butterfly flaps its wings, that has been proven, it affects everything. So what we do, if I lift my hands now or not, it matters. And who is on here and who watches the replay. Hello, Tracy. Beautiful. Thank you. You're on here. This is my first live on YouTube. And it's beautiful. Thank you that you are here with me and everybody else who is and everybody who watches the replay. We're doing this together, leaders uniting, while we are also shifting and aligning everything to water, with the way of water. Money, letting money flow like water. Shifting it all, aligning it with soul, aligning it with water. No more prostituting ourselves for money, working for money, selling our soul for money, neglecting our families for money. All these fear and scarcity programs, what are they all based on? Fear and guilt. So fear and guilt stop our full empowerment and they keep us imprisoned. We were genetically engineered to be little worker slaves. So underdeveloped, two-strand little working bees. And those of us who are ready to shift out of that, we need to engage the full free will, say yes to our soul's mission, to our soul's purpose, clearing our throat chakra, and releasing all the negative belief systems in our body, all the patterns, all the conditioning. And anger, guilt, and shame especially. Mm. And then there's more to it, but this is for today on this beautiful solstice day. This day is more, it's very special to me, very, very every year. And it just is. Yeah, I always find myself celebrating it with Earth and with the animals and with certain other souls and humans. And yeah, so deep gratitude to our global family, deep gratitude to our blood family. And many of us have been, the chain breakers of the old curses. And I'm celebrating all of you, all of us who have been doing this, because it is very hard work. Never stops. It's never stopped. It's not a job you go to and then come home and it's done. It never stops. But eventually they are broken and we are free. We're free. And then a whole nother level of freedom begins. And in that freedom, we can also deeply connect, because then we have embodied freedom that nobody can take away from us. We were just so pedantic about freedom because we innerly were not free. And no matter how free we are on the outside, if we are not free on the inside, you can be as free as a bird and feel like you are in a cage. If we are free in here, you can sit in a cage and you feel free. Yeah. So in here matters. Everything is inside of us. And from the inside out, from the inside, we radiate out and we expand. Yeah. So much love and blessings to you, beautiful souls, on this special day, these special days all around this beautiful solstice. Thank you for celebrating with me. Thank you for embracing the earth with me. Thank you for radiating this into the grid and into our family, our one global family. This is one step further into unity. And we can only have unity if we have it inside of us. If we are separated and in separation consciousness, we cannot create unity outside of us. We can only create what we have become. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. You're so welcome. Oh, this is so nice. This is my first YouTube live and seeing your messages here. And yeah, I opened this field today for the lives on here. Thank you for initiating that with me. And if you initiate something today as well, please share with me. Share with me if anything is coming up right now or later. Yeah. The cicadas are all singing in the background and they are vibrating. I'm feeling them vibrating up my spine and into my head. Washing, maybe you're feeling that too. There's this beautiful humming in the air. Yeah. I have this beautiful sun seal lying here next to me. This is a beautiful, beautiful symbol of unity as well. And our interconnectedness, our multidimensional self. Yeah. Have a beautiful day. Let's gently let this close itself. And I never like abrupt endings. I like it to just gradually, in the exact moment, will be shown. And we are exactly at 50 minutes and 35. Beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah. Blessings. And I see you again soon and always in the quantum field. Let's complete with water. I so love water. Water is life. And yeah, and often we only know what we got when we lose it or when we don't have it. And yeah, let's cherish our waters and the waters in our body. Yeah, water is life and life is water. Mm. Yeah. Mm.